Libra, August 12th, 2026 brings a powerful energy of balance, revelation, and important decisions into your life. The tarot suggests that something you've been trying to understand may finally begin to make sense. A situation that has felt uncertain could suddenly reveal its true direction, and you may realize that you've been standing between two choices for longer than necessary. Today asks you to stop ignoring what your heart already knows. You may have been trying to keep everyone happy, trying to avoid conflict, trying to see every side, trying to make the perfect decision. But Libra, sometimes the desire to keep everything balanced can prevent you from choosing what is actually right for you. August 12th carries a different message. Choose your peace. Something may happen today that makes you understand exactly where you stand. Could be a conversation, a message, a financial development, professional opportunity, or a simple realization that changes the way you see someone. The interesting part is that you may not have to search for the answer. The answer could come directly to you. You may hear something you've been waiting to hear. Someone could finally explain their behavior. A person who has been distant may suddenly reach out. Or an opportunity you thought had disappeared could unexpectedly return. Pay attention to timing, because something arriving today may be more important than it initially appears. Professionally, Libra, the tarot shows movement. If you've been waiting for recognition, a response, or an opportunity, things could begin moving forward. Someone may notice your ability to communicate and bring people together. This is one of your strongest professional qualities. You can often see both sides of an issue. You know how to make people feel heard. You can remain calm when others become emotional. And those qualities could become particularly valuable now. A manager may ask you to mediate a difficult situation. A colleague could seek your advice. A client may trust you with an important project. Or someone could recommend you for an opportunity. Don't assume that because you're naturally good at something, everyone else sees it as ordinary. Your ability to create harmony is a real skill, and someone may finally recognize its value. If you're searching for a new job, don't limit yourself to one path. A conversation could lead somewhere unexpected. A former colleague may contact you. A friend could mention an opening. You may discover a company or position you hadn't considered. Keep your options open, but don't accept something simply because you're afraid nothing better will come. Your value doesn't disappear because one opportunity says no. Sometimes rejection simply redirects you toward something that fits better. For Libra entrepreneurs, August 12th may bring a useful partnership or collaboration. Someone could offer an idea. You may meet a person with complementary skills. Or you could discover that working with someone else allows your project to grow faster. But choose your partners carefully. Chemistry is not enough. Look at reliability. Look at consistency. Look at how they handle responsibility. A beautiful idea means very little if the person behind it cannot be trusted. Financially, Libra, the tarot brings a message of balance. And that word is particularly important for you today. You may be trying to balance spending and saving, helping others and protecting yourself, enjoying life and preparing for the future. The card suggests that your financial situation can become more stable, but only if you stop making decisions based on temporary emotions. Don't spend because you're bored. Don't buy something because someone else has it. Don't lend money simply because you feel uncomfortable saying no. And don't allow someone else's financial problem to become your financial crisis. Your generosity is beautiful, but boundaries are necessary. There may also be an unexpected financial opportunity. A delayed payment could arrive. A side income idea could appear. A professional opportunity may improve your earnings. Or someone could introduce you to a new way of making money. Don't dismiss it simply because it starts small. Small income streams can become significant when developed consistently. The tarot also encourages you to review your financial priorities. Ask yourself, what do I actually want my money to do for me? Security? Freedom? A home? Travel? Business? Family support? Whatever your answer is, let your spending reflect it. Money becomes easier to manage when it has a purpose. Now, Libra, love becomes one of the most important themes around August 12th. If you're single, someone may be entering your life with an energy that feels surprisingly familiar. This person may not immediately create dramatic excitement. Instead, you may feel comfortable around them. The conversation could flow naturally. You may find yourself laughing without trying. You may feel understood. And that feeling could become more meaningful with time. Don't assume that love has to begin with chaos. Sometimes the healthiest connections begin with peace. Someone may also be watching you from a distance. They could be waiting for you to give them a sign. Perhaps they aren't sure whether you're interested. If you notice someone making repeated efforts to communicate with you, don't automatically dismiss them. But don't rush either. Let their actions speak. If they're genuine, consistency will reveal it. If you're already in a relationship, August 12th may bring a conversation that has been needed for some time. You and your partner may discuss the future, money, family, commitment, or something that has quietly created tension between you. You may be tempted to avoid the conversation because you don't want conflict. But avoiding something doesn't make it disappear. Sometimes peace doesn't mean silence. Sometimes peace means finally telling the truth. Speak gently. Listen carefully. And don't try to win. The goal isn't to prove who's right. The goal is to understand each other. If both of you approach the conversation with maturity, it could actually bring you closer. There is also a strong possibility of someone from your past appearing again. You may receive a message. You might hear news about them. Or perhaps you simply find yourself remembering them. This could make you question whether you made the right decision in the past. But the tarot asks you to remember why the chapter ended. Don't let nostalgia edit the story. Remember the difficult parts too. Remember the lessons. Remember how you felt. If this person returns, don't immediately reopen the door. Watch. Listen. Observe their actions. Ask yourself whether the person has genuinely changed or whether you're simply remembering the version of them you wanted them to be. You deserve clarity, not confusion. Family matters could also become important. A family member may ask for your advice. Someone could need emotional support. Or you may find yourself caught between two people who aren't getting along. Be careful here. You naturally want to restore harmony, but you don't have to become the mediator in every conflict. Sometimes people need to solve their own disagreements. You can love them without taking sides. You can care without carrying their conflict. Your own emotional balance matters. And Libra, your intuition is particularly strong today. You may sense that someone isn't telling you everything. You may feel drawn toward one opportunity and uncomfortable about another. You may suddenly feel that it's time to stop waiting. Listen to those feelings. But don't confuse intuition with anxiety. Anxiety asks, what if everything goes wrong? Intuition often says, this doesn't feel right. Or, give this a chance. Learn to recognize the difference. Your body may notice something before your conscious mind understands it. You may also experience meaningful coincidences today. Repeating numbers, unexpected names, a familiar song, a chance meeting, a sentence that answers a question you've been silently asking. You don't have to force a mystical explanation onto everything. Simply notice what makes you pause. Sometimes the important message is hidden in your reaction. There is another important lesson around Libra on August 12th. You may finally realize that you've been compromising too much. Compromise is healthy when both people give something. But if you're always the one adjusting, waiting, forgiving, understanding, and sacrificing, that's not balance. That's exhaustion. The tarot asks you to look honestly at your relationships. Who gives back? Who supports you? Who celebrates your success? Who only appears when they need something? You may already know the answer, and today you may finally be willing to admit it. This doesn't mean you need to create drama. You don't need a confrontation. Sometimes you simply reduce your availability. You stop explaining. You stop chasing. You stop trying to make someone understand your worth. And suddenly your life becomes lighter. Professionally, financially, and emotionally, boundaries can create more opportunities than constant availability. There may also be an unexpected change in your plans today. A meeting could be postponed. Person may change their mind. An opportunity might suddenly appear. Or something you thought was certain could become uncertain again. Don't panic. The tarot suggests that flexibility will serve you better than resistance. A delay may give you time to see something you would have missed otherwise. A canceled plan may create space for a better one. A closed door may force you toward a path that suits you more. Trust the redirection. Libra, you're entering a period where you are learning that peace isn't created by controlling everything. Peace comes from knowing that you'll be okay even when things don't go according to plan. That's a powerful shift. Because once you stop fearing every unexpected change, you become much more willing to take opportunities. You become more courageous, more flexible, more confident. And that could be exactly what your next chapter requires. By the evening of August 12th, something may become clearer. A decision could finally feel easier. A conversation may bring relief. A financial concern may have a solution. A relationship may reveal its true direction. Or you may simply realize that you no longer care about something that used to consume your thoughts. That is growth. Sometimes healing doesn't feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like, I just don't want to argue about this anymore. I don't need their approval anymore. I don't need to chase this anymore. I'm ready to move on. Those moments can change everything. The tarot suggests that you're becoming much more selective about where you invest your energy. And that is going to benefit you. You don't need 10 opportunities. You need the right one. You don't need dozens of relationships. You need genuine ones. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to respect yourself. And you don't need to have every answer. You need enough clarity to take the next step. Libra, your future may be changing in a quieter way than you expected. It may not begin with a huge event. Could begin with one conversation, one decision, one boundary, one opportunity, one realization. But that small beginning could eventually become something much bigger. Your career can become more aligned with your abilities. Your finances can become more stable. Your love life can become more honest. And your emotional world can become much lighter. But you must stop choosing temporary peace at the expense of long-term happiness. Sometimes saying what you really feel creates a little discomfort today so that you can experience much more peace tomorrow. The final tarot message for Libra on August 12th is, the balance you've been searching for begins when you stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. Think about that carefully. You don't have to say yes when you mean no. You don't have to stay where you're unhappy. You don't have to accept less because you're afraid of being alone. You don't have to spend money to prove that you care. And you don't have to remain stuck because you've already invested time. You are allowed to choose differently. You are allowed to start again. You are allowed to create a life that feels peaceful, not just one that looks good from the outside. And Libra, something unexpected may help you understand this. Person may reveal their true intentions. Career opportunity may appear. A financial situation may shift. Or you may finally see the truth about a relationship. Whatever happens, don't react immediately. Observe first. Let the truth reveal itself. Then choose. Your greatest power today is not speed. It's discernment. You can see more clearly than you realize. So walk into August 12th with an open heart and a strong mind. Listen carefully. Watch actions. Protect your finances. Protect your emotional energy. Don't chase people who are unsure about you. Don't ignore opportunities simply because they're unfamiliar. And don't be afraid to change your mind when new information appears. The universe may be moving something into place that you couldn't have planned yourself. And sometimes the most beautiful changes begin when we stop trying to control the exact way they arrive. Libra, the cards have spoken. Something is becoming clearer. Something is being released. And something new is beginning to move toward you. You may not see the entire picture yet, but the next piece is coming. And when it does, you'll know why the waiting was necessary. Trust yourself. Choose your peace. And don't be afraid to walk toward the life that finally feels balanced.